Okay. Shabbat Shalom. Sorry for the little bit of delay. For those that are logged in, please let me know if the sound is working and the video as well. Trying all kinds of new things this morning. Trying to get the sound to work. We're up on YouTube Live. I don't know if it's working. I think it is. I think I fixed the problem on Facebook. Whew. So I know there's a little bit of a delay, but if you could let me know if the sound and video are working. And we will get started in just a second. Great. Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to my living room. I am Rabbi Scott Kramer of Agudath Israel Etz Ahayem Synagogue here in Montgomery, Alabama. I am not at the shul because I am recovering from COVID. I'm in quarantine. Don't worry. As far as I know, I can't spread this over the internet. But anyway, I'm doing fine. I had an infusion on Tuesday. I should be out of quarantine a week from, I'll be back in the shul next week, next Friday night, when our Chazan, Charles Barron, comes in to join us for the beginning of the high holidays. Rosh Hashanah begins Monday night, September 6th, and we will be all online this year. In any event, we are praying out of Sidor Lev Shalem, and I ask you to please turn to page 103. Rise if you are able for the Mirchot Shachar. The blessings of the morning. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lasech vivina lavchin ben yom uvein laila. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shesani b'tzomo. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shesani ben chorin. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shesani Yisrael. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam pokeach ivrim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Mabi Sharumin. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Matir Asurin. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Zokef Kefufin. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Rakal Aretz al Hamayim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Hamechim Hitzrei Gaver. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Sha'as Likot Sarki. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Ozes Revura. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Otes Re'el B'tifara. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Hanotein Layoef Koach. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Uteneinu hayom v'chol yom l'chein l'chesed rachamim b'necha v'nechoin v'tigmelenu chasadim tovim. Baruch atah Adonai Gomer chasadim tovim le'amo Yisrael. You may be seated. And we continue page 112. Oh my gosh, I have two of my children on at one time, Adina and Justin. You better call Joel and get him online. And I don't think Mom's online yet, but that would be a complete hat trick now. That would be four of you. Anyway, quartuplic chick. Anyway, sorry. Page 112, Psalm 92. Hayom Yom Shabbat Kodesh Yiborim V'Rim B'Rim B'Vit HaMikdash Mizmor Shir L'Yom HaShabbat Tov L'Hodot. Odinavun besev de shinim hanim you la git keshan to be below adlatabo. We continue page 120 with Psalm 30. Mizmor shir chanachat baile David. Can I see a heart from Justin and Adina, so I know you're both still here? Hafachti mispadil macholi pitakti sachi vazgani simcha laman yuzemech vad v'loidom Adonai Eloi lelam odeka. And we continue page 122. Please rise for Baruch She'amar, beginning of Psukei Zimra. Yai lai lai la lai ya la lai la lai la lai ya la lai 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 ya la lai la lai la la lai ya lai la 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 lai ya la lai la 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 lai ya la lai la la lai la la lai lai ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 Baruch She'amar ve'hayolam Baruch Hu Zevireshit Baruch Mevi Yosef Baruch Zerum Kayim Baruch Mirachim Malaret Baruch Mirachim Allah Habriot Baruch Mishalem Sachar Tov L'Reyav Baruch Hailad V'Kayam Lanetzach Baruch Podeu Matzil Baruch Shemo Yai lai lai la la ya la 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 Yai la 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 ya la 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 Yai la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 Yai la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 Yai la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam ho'el v'rachamim mahula b'fiyam u'mishabachim b'fer v'yoshon chasidav v'avadav v'shivrei David avdecha Yachid chel mimelech mishabach v'deshma gado Baruch Adonai melech mahula b'tishpacho. We are seated. We continue page 136 with Ashrei. Ashrei Ashrei ve'eitecha hod yalucha selah. Justin, Adina, type something in chat so I know you're still here. Adonai dabar pi v'vareko b'shorshim k'shol ilam v'od v'nachnu nivarech yam yatav yalam. Hallelujah. We continue with Psalm 150 on page 141. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, b'kadsho, hallelujah, b'kiyauzo, hallelujah, v'gvurotav, hallelujah, karav, good love, hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah, b'teka shofar. Hallelujah, b'never v'chinor. Hallelujah, b'tofu macho. Hallelujah, b'minim v'yihugav. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, b'tziltz le'shaman, hallelujah, b'tziltz artrua, kolen shamat hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Kolen shamat hallelujah, hallelujah. Kolen shamat hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Baruch Adonai le'olam amen v'amen. Baruch Mitzion shchein Yerushalayim hallelujah. Baruch Adonai Elohim Elohei Yisrael said nivlod levado. Uvaruch shein kavado le'olam yimlech v'koretz. Amen, v'amen. Page 145. Nishmat kochai tivarech et shimecha Adonai Eloheinu. Page 146. Mid melach mishvelach mi'aroch lachoi l'gadol gibor v'hanora el elyon kanei shamayim v'a'aretz el elachon shabechacha unvarchen v'rechet shem ha'kodeshecha ka'amur leDavid parchi nafshi et Adonai v'chol keravai et shem ha'kodesho ha'ebdaz mozecha gadol b'chavod shemecha gibor l'netzach v'nemenorotecha Hamelech hayoshev al kisei ram v'nisa shochen ad maram v'kadosh shemo v'chatuv ranenu tzadikim b'Adonai l'yisharim navad tehila b'fihi yisharim titala uvdivrei tzadikim titbarach uv'yoshon chasidim titromam ובקרב קדושים תתקדש ומגלות רבבות עמך בית ישראל להודות להלל לשבח לפעל רמים להדל ורק ללוק עלי על כל דברי שירות ותשבחות דוד בן ישי עבדך משיחך ישתבח שמך לעד מלכנו. ברכות והודות מיטבי עד עולם ברוך אתה אדוני מלך גדול בתשבחות אל הודות אדון הנפלאות הבוחר בשירי זמרה מלכנו We continue. just 1 second. I just want to make sure everything is still working. I think it is. I think I've lost my children. Probably a lot long ago than this morning. Excuse me for that. We continue page 149 with Shacharit. I ask everyone to please rise if you are able for the Baruch Hu, the call to worship. Baruch Hu et Adonai Amavorach. Baruch Adonai Barach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu Melech Olam. Yotzer V'recho Shecho Se Shalom V'reit Hakol. You may be seated, page 150. Hakol Yoduch V'Hakol Yishabechucha. Ein kirchach Adonai Eloheinu b'olam hazeh v'yeinu zlug machin l'chai olam haba. Efes b'thakol l'namot HaMashiach v'yein do melech HaMashiach l'tchiyat hametim. Page 151. Eladon hakol hamasim baruch v'varach b'fi kol nishama gadlo v'tuvo malei olam dat u'tvuna sovavimoto. Hamid Kohen Al-Chayot HaKodesh V'neder B'chavod Al-Merkava Zechutu Mishor Lifnei Chiso Chesed V'rachamim Lifnei Chavodo Atovim Miorot Shebar Eloheinu Yitzaram V'dat B'vina Uvaskev Koach Ugvura Natan Bahem Liot Moshlim B'kerev Tevel Meleim Ziva Mafikim Noga Na ezivam b'chol ha'olam, semechim b'tzeitam v'sasim b'voam, osim b'yem ha'retzon gonam, b'yer v'chavod notnim l'shmota, v'rina l'zechem malchuto, kara l'shemesh, v'yizrach ora, v'hiki tzurat avana, shevach notnim lo, kol tzvan maron, Tiferet Gedula, Seraphim Ve'ofanim V'chayot HaKodesh, Sheilai, Lalai, Yailai, Lai, 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 Lalai, Yalalai, Lalai, 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 Lai, 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 Lalai, 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 Lai. We continue, page 152. Just a note, we are now broadcasting on YouTube live under the Agudath Israel Etz Ahayem channel. If anyone is logged into YouTube on our channel, this is the first time we've done this. If you are logged in, please leave a chat message so that I further know that how this thing is going to work. Anyway, page 152. La ela sheshavat mikol hamesim bayom hashvita leveshivat kisei chavoto. And Shabbat Shalom to Cousin Charles and to Tara and to Virginia. And let's see. Okay. Tiparahach Moshiach Shavach Masidech V'Yom HaChesed Yevaru Chesela. Page 153. Tiparahach Surenu Makin V'Golei Barek Kedoshim. וכולם פותחים את פיהם בקדושת תורה בשבב זמרה, מברכים שבחים מריצים ומקדישים וממליכים את שם מועל המלך הגדול, הגיבור והנורא הקדוש הוא. וכולם מקבלים עליהם ערבות שבהם זה מזה, ונדרים רשות זה לזה להקדיש לעצמו מנחת רוח בשפה ורבנים הקדושה, כולם כחלונים ואמרים ביראה, קדוש 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 אדוני צבאות מלוך על הארץ כבודו. באופנים וחיות הקודש פרש גדול בנץ ומצרפים, למטב משבחים ואומרים ברוך אדוני ממקומו, לאל ברוך נמות ייתנו. אור חדש על ציון דהיר, ונזכה כולנו מהרה לאורו. אור חדש על ציון דהיר, ונזכה כולנו מהרה לאורו. ברוך אתה אדוני יוצר המאורות. Page 154. Ava Rabba Avdanu Adonai Eloheinu Chem Lagidolavetecha Chamalt Aleinu Avinu Malkeinu Ba'avur Avoteinu Shabbat Chuvecha Avinu Malkeinu Vatilamden Chukei Chaim כי תחננו תלמדנו אבינו אב הרחמן המרחם רחם עלינו ותן בליבנו להבין ולהשכיל לשמוע ללמוד וללמד לשמור ולעשות ולקיים את כל דברי תלמוד תורתך באהבה והננו בתורתך ודבק ליבנו במצוותיך ויחד לבבינו לאהבה ויראה את שמך ולא נבוש לעולם ועד ולא נבוש לעולם ועד כי בשם קדשך הגדול והנורא בטחנו נגילה ונשמחה בישועתך והביאנו לשלום מארבע כנפות הארץ ותוליכנו קוממיות לארצנו כי אל פה ישועתה ובנו בחרת מכל ולשון וקרבתנו לשמך הגדול סלם באמת להודות לך וליחדך באהבה ברוך אתה אדוני הבוחר בימו ישראל באהבה Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשכבך וקומך וקשרתם נאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בעיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך והיה אם שמוע תשמעו אל מצוותי. Vayomer Adonai Moshe lemor daber b'nei Yisrael v'yamarta lehem v'yashu lehem tzitzit al kadvevdehem ladoratam v'natnu al tzitzit hakanah b'tiol techelet v'yalachem l'tzitzit oritem otos hartem et kol mitzvot Adonai v'asitem otam V'lo tatu acharei levavchem v'acharei nechem asher tam zonim achareihem leman tizgaru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'item kadoshim leloechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etechem me'eretz Mitzrayim leot lachem le'elohim ani Adonai Elohechem. Amen. Ledovedo kayam ushmo kayam v'chisanachon malchut tovim minato le'ad kagamet. Page 157, fourth line from the top of the page. Udvarcha. Emet shetu Adonai Eloheinu v'levatenu malkeinu melech avotenu goyleinu goyla avotenu Yotrenu tzu Yishuatein podein matzilein me'olam shemecha Ein Elohim zulatecha Ezvata avoteinu ata me'olam. Page 158. Anvenisa gadol v'nora mashpil gei magbiya shfalim motzi asirim foren avim v'ozedalim v'yon le'ama b'yei shabam melav tilod le'elagion brachim vrach Moshe v'nei Yisrael chanishira b'simcha rabba v'yameru chulam mi chamocha bo'elim Adonai mi kamocha nedor b'kodesh nara tehilot osefele shira chadasha shipechu geulim Shimcha asafat hayam yachad kulam modu v'him lechu v'yameru Adonai yimloch le'olam v'oed Tzur Yisrael kuma b'ezrat Yisrael uvteichinu mecha Yehuda v'Yisrael go aleinu Adonai tzavot shemo Kedosh Yisrael Baruch Ata Adonai Ga'al Yisrael. And we rise for the Amidah. Normally we do a full silent Amidah followed by a repetition. We do what's called a Hecha Kedusha, where we recite half and half. We recite the first 3 brachot out loud, and the final 4 brachot you recite to yourselves. Anyway, we begin on page 159. Please rise if you are able. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah Elohei L'Gadol, L'Gibor v'Hanara, Elyon Komer Chasadim Tovim v'Konei Yaakov V'Zocher Chasdei Avot Mevigu Elifnei V'neihem Laman Shemo B'Yava Melech Ozer Fakir Mashiach Magin Baruch atah Adonai Magid Avraham Mufaked Tzaham Atah Gibor Le'lam Adonai Mechayem Itimat Torah B'Hoshia Morid Atal Mechalkel Chayim Bechesed, Mechaye Meitim Berachamim Rabim. Somech Noflim Rofei Cholim, Umatir Esurim, Umekayim Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Michamocham Bao Gevurot, Umido Melech, Melech Memit, Umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'nemanat Halachayot Metim, Baruch Atah Adonai, Mechayeh HaMeitim. Nikadesh et Shimcha Ba'olam Kishem Shema Kadishim Oto Bishmei Marom Kakatuv Ayad Neviyecha V'karazel v'yamar Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh Adonai Tzavot Malach ha'aretz kevodo Az beko Rash Gadol Adir v'chazak Mashmim kol Midnaseim Leomat Serafim Leomatam Baruch Yameru Baruch V'raimim Komo Mimkom Chamal Keinu Tofia V'timloch Aleinu Ki Mechakim Anachnu Lach Matai Timloch Betzion Bekarov B'yameinu Leolam Vo'et Ishkom Tikadash B'tikadash V'to Yerushalayim Mirecha Ledor V'dor L'netzach V'neinenu Tirenu Ma Kadavar Amor B'shirei Uzecha Yedei David Meshiach Tzidkecha Ya la 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 Yimloch Adonai lelam Elohai Sion ledor vador Hallelujah Ledor vador Ledor vador Ledor vador Nagid God lecha Ledor vador Ledor vador Ledor vador Nagid God lecha Ulenetzach netzachim Kedushat nakish Kedushat nakadish V'shivchach Eloheinu mipinu lo yamush Leolam leolam voed Ledor vador Ledor vador Ledor vador Nagid God lecha Ledor vador Ledor vador Ledor vador Nagid God lecha Ki Amelech Gadol Gadol v'kadosh 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 Ata Ki Amelech Gadol Gadol v'kadosh 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 Ata Ledor vador Ledor vador Ledor vador Nagid God lecha Ledor vador Ledor vador Ledor vador be seated for just a moment. Oh, okay. Shabbat Shalom once again to everyone. We are trying a new thing this morning. We are on not only Facebook Live and our website, we are also on YouTube Live. So, and I actually tried that. I can actually bring it up on my television. You just go to the Agudath Etz Ahayem channel, and you may watch it on your. Now, what can be better than seeing me on a 85-inch screen, right? Irene wasn't too excited about that. In any event, it just makes it slightly easier for for everyone. Okay, if you have a smart TV, you don't want to get your laptop out or your iPad, you can watch it on your smart TV. Please, and if you're on YouTube, please make a comment. Oh, very good. I see chat works in Facebook Live. Good. Or YouTube Live, sorry. Make a chat in any of the. I see a lot of Facebook Live messages. I see some website messages. All good. We now transition to our virtual Torah service. And we rise, page 168, for the virtual Torah service. Ein kamocha va'elohim Adonai v'ein kamasecha Malchutecha malchut kol olamim umemshaltecha bechol dor v'dor Adonai melech Adonai malach Adonai yimloch le'olam voed Adonai oz le'amo yitein Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom Avarachamanim heitiva v'tzoncha et Zion Tivnech omod Yerushalayim Tivnech omod Yerushalayim Ki v'chalevad batachnu Melech Elham v'nisa Adon Olamim Vayehi ben Soharon Vayomer Moshe Kuma Adonai V'yafutzu oyevecha V'yanusu misanecha mipanecha Ki metzion tetzei Torah Ki metzion tetzei Torah Le'amo Yisrael B'udavar Adonai Mirushalayim Baruch Shenatan Torah Baruch Shenatan Torah Le'amo Yisrael B'kedushato. Open my eyes, God. Help me to perceive what I have ignored, to uncover what I have forsaken, to find what I have been searching for. Remind me that I don't have to journey far to discover something new, for miracles surround me. Blessings and holiness abound, and you are near. Page 171. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Echad Eloheinu Gadol Adonai Kadosh Shemo Gadol Adonai Iti Anachamema Shemo Yachtav Lecha Adonai Agedula Ve'agevura Ve'atiferet Ve'anetzach Ve'ahod Kichol Bashamayim Uvaretz Kichol Bashamayim Uvaretz Lecho Adonai Amamlacha Ve'amit Na'aseh Lecho Lerosh Romemu Adonai Eloheinu Ve'ishtachavu L'Hadam Raglav Kadoshu Romemu Adonai Eloheinu Ve'ishtachavu L'Har Kadsho Ki Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu. You may be seated. Pardon me 1 second. Hiya. Move. I can. Don't do that. I'm going to go get something cold to drink. It is very, very hot, and we all need to stay hydrated. So give me 1 second. Did you miss me? For those that are not aware, I tested positive for COVID a week ago yesterday. I actually tested on Thursday. The results came on Friday, and I had symptoms. I have not been feeling great for over a week. I had an infusion on Tuesday. I started feeling a little bit better on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Towards the latter part of the day, I get better, and then in the mornings are just terrible. So that should be a lesson for all of us. No matter how strong you think you are or impervious to getting the flu, getting any type of sickness, this will take any of us down very, very quickly. So the lesson is get your vaccine, get tested if you think you're symptomatic, and do the therapeutic. I had monoclonal antibodies and it worked just wonderful. But the best thing and I had been vaccinated, so that vaccine probably kept me out of the hospital. And all I had to do is recuperate at home, and you can see I'm upright and doing fairly well. and but I will be out of quarantine probably next Friday morning. Actually, probably Thursday, and just in time because our Chazan, Charles, everybody clap for Charles. He's on with us right now. Will be here to join me for Shabbat next week. Oh, good. Let me see. There's some comments and very good. So I see people are making comments in YouTube Live. I still have to figure out how the thing works. I can see right now how many people are live on our website and on YouTube Live, Facebook Live. I haven't figured it out quite yet on YouTube, but I will. At some point I will. In any event. Oh, 5. I see. There is a number. 5 are watching. So we have 15 to 20 connections between all 3 platforms. That's great. That's really wonderful. The Torah portion for this week is Ki Tavo. What I usually do during this time is I'll read a portion and translate it, and we'll talk about it a little bit. Haven't been up to the other thing about having COVID is it takes your motivation away. The tiredness is unbelievably strong and pervasive, and it's really, really hard to concentrate or get yourself motivated to do things. Starting to come out of that, but if you'll excuse me, we will just I will chant 3. They're short, 3 aliyot this morning, and then we'll hear a little bit more about what's in this Torah portion right after the Torah service. Anyway, Ki Tavo, we're in the second Triennial, Deuteronomy 26, verse 1. V'haya ki tavo el haaretz asher Adonai Elohecha noten lecha nachala v'rishta v'yashavta ba v'lekachta. Sorry, I am reading. I apologize. I am actually reading from the first Triennial. I apologize. I just realized that. Deuteronomy 26, verse 2. ולקחת מראשית כפרי האדמה אשר תביא מארצך אשר אדוני אלוהיך נותן לך ושמת ותהנה והלכת אל המקום אשר יבחר אדוני אלוהיך לשכן שמו שם ובאת אל הכהן אשר יהיה בימים ההם ואמרת אליו הגעתי היום לאדוני אלוהיך כי באתי אל הארץ אשר נשבע אדוני לאבותינו לתת לנו. Part of the not being able to concentrate on things is you get to be extremely forgetful, and for me that means even more forgetful. Losing your train of thought a lot, but that's normal for me anyway. Second Aliyah, Deuteronomy 26, verse 4. ולקח הכהן התנא מידך והניחו לפני מזבח אדוני אלוהיך וענית ואמרת לפני אדוני אלוהיך ארמי עובד אבי וירד מצרימה ויגור שם במתי מעט ויהי שם לגוי גדול עצום ורב וירא אותנו המצרים ויענונו ויתנו עלינו עבודה קשה v'nitzak el Adonai Eloi Avotenu v'yishma Adonai et kolenu v'yar et onyenu v'yetam aleinu v'yetam lachatzenu v'yotzeinu Adonai Mitzrayim b'yad chazakav ziroi d'tuyah uv'morah gadol v'tod uv'mofetim. The third Aliyah. Deuteronomy 26, verse 9. Vayivienu el makom hazeh, vayiten lanu et haaretz hazot, eretz zavat chalav udvash, v'yata hinei aveti et reshit peri adama, asher natata li Adonai, v'hinachto lifnei Adonai Elohecha, v'ishtachavita lifnei Adonai Elohecha, v'samachata b'chol hatov asher natan lecha Adonai Elohecha l'techa ata v'levi v'hager asher b'kirbecha. Oh, and Tina's coming in to check on us. I think I know what happened to our Facebook Live yesterday. You know that old joke where you say your dog ate your homework? Dog ate my homework. No, my dog stepped on my internet cable, which came detached from my computer, which took us down for a millisecond till it was just not even out. It was out back in. But once you sever the connection, Facebook Live doesn't come back. The rest of it does come back. So I think that's probably what happened. And I apologize for that. I need to get some duct tape and put this all together. We will now do a Mishberach for those in. The other thing is about COVID, it makes you talk a lot. So, probably no difference in normal for me. We will do a Mishaberach for those in our in and out of our community that are in need of special blessing for physical, spiritual, emotional healing. Mishaberach avotenu v'yitzchav Yaakov sarivka rachav aleh hu yivrech v'chapet et. Terry Aronov, Helen Byrne, Rhonda Blitz, Baruch Ben Elisheva, Arnold Fesh, Sheila Guidry, Chana Batzar, Linda Smith, Marjorie Allen, Charles Miller, Sherry Rush, Sharon Redding, Iris Batrivka, Becca Martinez, Isaac Ben Joseph, Mike Golson, Marsha Orange, Jerry Weisenfeld, Kate Cooley, Jeannie Meisner, Miriam Badina, Tara Martinez Fernandez, Liz Wolko, Deanna Barber, Miriam Batrivka, Taraz Batruth, Mark Platnick, Merlin Jermaine Barnes, Virginia Madden, Remayan Maddie Raminga, Raymond Lobato Jr., Natalie Copeland, Marsha Belcher, Ed Jackman, Colton Gower, Scott Decker, Tara Raminga, Bela Basrivka, William Williams, Marilyn Fedovsky, Benjamin Miriam Wayne Knox, Jack Polakar, Jim Mittenswide, Lucy and Tilly Caldwell, Rachel Manning and Vinnie Marnstein, and Harav Malkitzedek Ben Buch. Any other names that need to be added? I'll wait a couple seconds. I know there's about a 30-second delay, so I'll wait and see if anybody needs to add any names to the sick list. And it's okay if... Okay. Good. Hakom brachu imay rachamim alehem lachzib chabranam vishlach lemer fushlim and ashmat v'nefesh v'daguf betoch shachles v'chazek yideyaskin b'tzarchehem Shabbat lizok for karava lavash bagalavas man kariv v'nomar amen. now rise as we virtually return our Torah to the Ark, page 183. Yahalalu et Shem Adonai, ki niskav shemo levado, hodo al eretz v'shamayim, vayaren keren le'amo, tihila lecho chasidav, livnei Yisrael hamkrovo. Hallelujah, hallelujah, mizmor leDavid, havu l'Adonai b'nei Elim, havu l'Adonai kavod vos, havu l'Adonai kavod shemo, ishtachavu l'Adonai behadrat kodesh, kol Adonai al hamayim, el hakavod hirim Adonai hamayim rabim, kol Adonai ba'koach, kol Adonai be'adar, kol Adonai shover arazim, v'shaber Adonai et alzei alvanon, v'yarkiden kemo egel Levanon v'Sirion kemo ven reimim, kol Adonai chotzev lavotesh, kol Adonai yachil midbar, yachil Adonai midbar kadesh, kol Adonai yecholeu ayalot, vayechesam yarod uveichalo kulo merkavod, Adonai lama bolya shev Adonai melech leolam, Adonai oz li'amo yiten, Adonai varech et amo v'shalom, page 184, uvnucha yom marshu. Ki lekachto natati lachem Torati al tazovu Etz Ahayem lamachazikim ba vetomchea meushar derachea tarchenoam v'chonetivoteh shalom, hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva kadesh ameinu kikedem. You may be seated. For whatever reason, I just noticed this on my the talit I wear, which I always call my $80,000 talit because that's the size of my student loans. Anyway, this is the talit that I received at ordination. It says Ziegler School of Rabbinic Studies. On the other side, it says Deracheha Divrei Noam. Darchei Noam. Sorry. And that actually comes from the text that we just read, Etz Ahayem, which is, it is a tree of life for those who grasp it, and all who hold on to it are blessed. Its ways are pleasant. That's what Deracheha, Darchei Noam. Its ways are pleasant, and all its paths are peace. Turn us toward you, Adonai. We will return to you. Make our days seem fresh as they once were. And that theme of return, which we will talk about more tonight, this month of Elul is a time of return. The word teshuvah, which we always translate as repentance, really means to return. To return to what? To return to a stable, a reset life full of us making those amends that we need to make to the people that we have hurt over the year, but also to return to the goodness, to keep hold of, and to grasp. The tree of life is for those who grasp onto it, to grasp onto that which is which we have cherished and done good over the last year. And what have we done well this past year? We have made community together. We have kept, look at how many people are logged in. We have 15 to 20 connections. We had about the same, maybe a little bit more last night. That means we have 30 to 40 people not together. Maybe 2 or 3 of us are together at the most, but we're in our homes. And what do we usually do I don't want to know what you usually do on Saturday morning. I know what I do on Saturday morning, is to be together physically with my community Friday night and Saturday. I know some people like to go Friday night, some people like to go Saturday morning. But our normal up until February of 2020 was to go to our favorite shul and be with our friends, our family, our favorite rabbi, and we would be, and then we would have Kiddush together, or Oneg on Friday night, Kiddush on Saturday morning, have a meal, talk face to face. February 2020, that was all ripped away from us. We had no idea what the future would bring, but we didn't think it would last that long. We didn't think it would last that long, but we spent a lot of time trying to figure out how to take our synagogue into a new world that none of us had any idea what we were doing. I'm one of them. Everything we've done by experiment. If we learn from our mistakes, I must be the smartest person in the world because I've made every mistake possible, but I learn from them. I try and figure out what it is that I can do to help improve the technology. But the technology doesn't really mean anything if it doesn't allow for community to happen. You and I, all of us here, are community. And the amazing thing about this pandemic, if there can be a light to shine, is it's brought more of us together than we had before. We have people logging in from all over the country, not just Montgomery, but from Atlanta, from Florida, from Seattle, Washington. Occasionally I'll have people that just heard of us. Last week we had a couple from South Carolina that joined us for a little bit. Philadelphia, we got people from literally all over the country. And to add to that, we've beginning in May of 2020, we started doing Havdalah together. Honestly, it was kind of a selfish thing. I always do Havdalah. It's hard for me to do something, pray, and do Havdalah by myself. I wanted to be able to go online and have a Havdalah experience, which will force me to have Havdalah. So really, in that way, it's selfish, but what happened was we wound up creating a community that's, I think our master list must have over 120 names on it. Not everybody logs in every week, but we do Havdalah every week. We get at least 30 connections. Sometimes we get 55 or so. Love to see it one night, one Havdalah where everybody logs in. We call it the Alabama Community Virtual Havdalah. And it's for a lot of us in small, isolated areas where there's not many Jews. this is really a time for a lot of Jews in these small isolated areas to come together for an hour and feel like we're part of a greater whole, a greater community. And at the end of our Havdalah service every Saturday night, people don't want to go. They want to stay around and schmooze. Now tonight begins the high holiday season officially with the prayers of Slichot, the prayers of forgiveness. Slichot is always done the Saturday night before Rosh Hashanah, and if there's not at least 4 days between Saturday night and Rosh Hashanah is on a Monday, so it's not 4 days, so Slichot is backed up a week. So rather than the next Saturday night, because Rosh Hashanah is on Monday, September 6th, we back it up a week, and so Slichot is tonight, August 28th, at 7:30 p.m. We've sent the link, the Zoom link, to everybody on our master list. If you would like to join us for Slichot, and I really encourage you, if you have not had the experience, there's nothing expected of you. You don't even have to show your face. You do have to put your screen name in for admittance, because we don't want to have anyone coming in that wants to do mischief. But you don't have to do anything. All you have to do is watch, because we have Rabbi Steve Silberman of Mobile, who always has great words for us. We have Cantor Neil Schwartz of Dothan. We have Yehuda Silverwolf, a guitarist, singer from Mobile. We have Victoria Stark, a cantorial student from AJR, who lives in Auburn. We have Miriam Wyman, just lovely guitarist and voice. And who did I forget? And me. But the whole, all of us put together is an incredible experience. Tonight we're going to do Slichot. Havdalah will be a part of it at the end of Slichot. But we have a whole slew of activities that we're going to do to get us to Havdalah. So I encourage you all, if I piqued anybody's interest into joining us. Again, if you don't have the link, email me, rabbi@agudathmontgomery.com, and I will get you that link at some point before 7:30 tonight. And for those that have the link, please consider joining us. It is time well spent. If you are seeking spirituality, seeking community, seeking something that touches your heart and touches other people's hearts, please consider joining us. Shabbat Shalom. Charles Barron. I knew it. And it's the person who's here that I forgot. Chazan Charles Barron from Boca Raton. No, we don't clap on Shabbat, sorry. Chazan Charles Barron, because I talk to him almost every day, and sometimes I just forget. Sorry about that, Charles. Charles Barron is our Chazan for the high holidays. He will be here next weekend. So next Friday and Saturday morning, along with Havdalah actually, we will be doing services together for 3 Shabbatot, along with Rosh Hashanah, both days, and Yom Kippur. And the extra special treat is the second day of Rosh Hashanah. Not only will Charles bring his excellent voice and an amazing sermon, Toria Stark will actually be joining us also for the second day of Rosh Hashanah. Okay, Charles, did I make up for it? Okay, he's probably mad at me and won't talk to me for a week now. Okay, we will continue page 185. Please rise for the Musaf Amidah. Again, we will chant the first three brachot out loud, and the final four you may continue to recite by yourselves, 185 to 192. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avoteinu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Elohei Lagadol Lagibor v'Hanura Eladyon Gomer Chasadim Dovim v'Konei Hakol v'Zocher Chastei Avot ומביגו אל לפני בניהם למען שמו ביהבה מלך עוזר פקד ומשיח מגן ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם נפקד שרה אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני מחי מתים התורה והושיע מוריד הטל מחקר חיים בחסד מחיה מתים ברחמים רבים סומך נפלים ורופא חולים ומתיר אסורים ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר מי כמוכם בעל גבורות ומדום מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה ונאמן אתה לחיות מתים ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי המתים נעריצך ונקדישך כסוד שיח שרפי קודש המקדישים שמך בקודש ככתוב היד ויך וקרא זה אל זה ואמר קדוש 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 אדוני צבאות מלוך על הארץ כבודו כבודו מלא עולם משרתיו שואלים זה לזה איה מקום כבודו לעומתם ברוך יאמרו ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו הו ייפן ברחמים ויחונם יחדים שמו ערב ובוקר בכל יום תמיד פעמיים ביאבה שמע אומרים שמע ישראל Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hu Eloheinu Avinu, Hu Malkeinu Moshienu, Vehu Yashmienu Barachamav, Shenit Le'enei Kochai. להיות לכם לאלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, ובדברי קודשך כתוב לאמור ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהיך ציון לדור ודור, הללויה, לדור ודור, לדור ודור, לדור ודור נגיד גודלך, ולנצח נצחים ולנצח נצחים קדושת נקדיש לדור ודור לדור ודור לדור ודור נגיד גודלך ולנצח נצחים ולנצח נצחים קדושת נקדיש ושבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד כי המלך גדול, כי המלך גדול וקדוש אתה לדור ודור, לדור ודור לדור ודור נגיד גודלך, ולנצח נצחים, ולנצח נצחים, קדושת נקדיש, ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש. תיקנת שבת, רצית קורבנותיך. You may be seated when you have completed your Amidah. So you check time. Page 204. Ein Keloheinu, Ein Kadonenu, Ein Kemokenu, Ein Kemoshienu, Ein Keloheinu, Ein Kadonenu, Ein Kemokenu, Ein Kemoshienu, Mi Eloheinu, Mi Chadonenu, Mi Chemokenu, Mi Chemoshienu, Ein Keloheinu, Ein Kadonenu, Ein Kemokenu, Ein Kemoshienu, No del Eloheinu, No del Adonenu, No del Malkeinu, No del Moshienu, Ein Keloheinu, Ein Kadonenu, Ein Kemokenu, Ein Kemoshienu, Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Malkeinu, Baruch Moshienu, Ein Keloheinu, Ein Kadonenu, Ein Kemokenu, Ein Kemoshienu, Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Adonenu, Atahu Malkeinu, Atahu Moshienu, Ein Keloheinu, Ein Kadonenu, Ein Kemokenu, Ein Kemoshienu, Atahu Shektiru Avotenu, Lefanecha Ketoret Hasamim, Ein Keloheinu, Ein Kadonenu, Ein Kemokenu, Ein Kemoshienu, Ein Keloheinu, Ein Kadonenu, Ein Kemokenu, Ein Kemoshienu. We rise, page 205, if you are able, for Aleinu. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon, nakol latek gdula, leotzer bereshit, shalo asanu kagoye aratzot, v'lo samanu kamishmachot adama, shalo sam chelkenu kahen v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ ומושב יקרא בשמיים נמהר ושכינתו זו b'gavei merominu Eloheinu einod emet malkeinu evazulatom kakatu betoreto v'yadatayom v'ashivota elav havecha ki Adonai hu Elohim b'shamayim nimal v'al haaretz mitachat einod Elokeinu. Gagadu b'doratech Adonai mloch le'lam voed v'ne'emar ve'haya Adonai l'melech al kol ha'aretz bayom ma'u yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. This week we will observe yard sites for Rosa Cohen, Louis G. Herman, Lena Margolis, Samuel Nussbaum, Samuel Sass, Sylvia Siegel, Sophie Held, Sadie Landy Schwartz, Larry Wallach, Helen Weinstein, Jacob Bernard Margolis, Ethel Mars, Joseph Salama, Bertha Plotka, Elma Sharker, Solomon S. Bitan, Renee Charbit, and Bruce Lubell. Those observing yard site, and those who mourn, please rise, page 207, and join me for the Kaddish Tov, the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitgadash Shemei Rabbah, v'yalma divrach yirtei, v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yamechon, v'chayedach o Beit Yisrael, Bagalav Zman Karivi Mahu Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabba Mevarach Le'lam Omel Maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitchomam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh Shmei Kedusha Barichu. Le'lam min kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechamata da'amiran v'yomah v'ymahu Amen. Yehi Shlomo Rabba min Shammai v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimaru Amen. Oseh Shalom b'imam uyaseh Shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimaru Amen. You may be seated. Okay. Here is where let me go back to the end of last night. So this is at the point in the service where we add Psalm 27, sorry. Let me see if I can find it in a relatively short time. Here it is, page 113. We add Psalm 27 to our Shacharit and our Ma'ariv, the morning and evening services, for the entire month of Elul, right up until the last day of Sukkot, which is called Hoshana Rabbah. We call it the prayer for the season of repentance, Psalm 27. A psalm of David. Adonai is my light and my help, whom shall I fear? Adonai is the stronghold of my life, whom shall I dread? When evil people assail me to devour my flesh, my enemies and those who besiege me, it is they who stumble and fall. Should an armed camp be arrayed against me, my heart would show no fear. If they were to go to war against me, of this I would be sure. One thing I ask of Adonai, this is what I seek, to dwell in the house of God all the days of my life, to behold God's peacefulness and to pray in God's sanctuary. In a time of calamity, you would hide me in your sukkah and fold me in the secret recesses of your tent, and you raise me up to a stronghold. Now my head is raised high above my enemies round about, and I come with offerings amidst trumpet blasts to God's tent, chanting and singing praise to Adonai. Adonai, hear my voice as I cry out. Be gracious to me and answer me. It is you to whom my heart said, seek my face. It is your presence I seek, Adonai. Do not hide your face from me. Do not act with anger toward me. You have always been my help. Do not forsake me. Do not abandon me, my God, my deliverer. Though my father and mother abandon me, Adonai will gather me in. Show me your way, Adonai, and lead me to on a straight path, despite those arrayed against me. Do not hand me over to those who besiege me, for false witnesses who breathe hatred have risen against me. If only I could trust that I would see God's goodness in the land of the living. Place your hope in Adonai, be strong and take courage, and place your hope in Adonai. Thank you all for joining us, our family, for Shabbat. I'm so glad that you have taken the time to be with community, because without community we would be lost, especially in this time of isolation, going back into isolation, unfortunately. Some of us have to go into isolation because we've contracted COVID. But there is a light at the end of the tunnel. There is hope. We must always have hope. And the hope is that we will be out of this at some point. If we can encourage more people to get the vaccine. I mean, it's simple. It's really that simple. And I'm going to leave it right there. But we will get out of this at some point. So I wish you all a Shabbat Shalom. Don't forget to join us for Havdalah this evening for Slichot, actually. It's traditional to say Slichot prayers for Ashkenazim at the Saturday night before Rosh Hashanah. For Sephardim, they do it from the first of Elul and do it the whole month. Join us Monday and Thursday and hear the sound of the shofar. That's the other tradition after the morning service, not on Shabbat, where we hear the sound of the shofar. Hearing the sound of the shofar wakes us up to our responsibilities this year, this time of year, to do that introspection, that hard work of trying to mend those fences, those relationships with people that have been broken over the last year. This is the time to do it. It is not easy. And to hear that shrill of the shofar wakes us up, makes us think about what we need to do. So please join us for Slichot tonight at 7:30. We will conclude our service, page 211. Adon Olam Asher Malach B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra Li'etnasa V'chefso Kol Azay Melech Shemo Nikra Adon Olam V'yacharei Kichlot Tako Levado Yamloch Nora Adon Olam V'oaya V'ove V'oyeh V'tifara Adon Olam Asher Malach B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra Li'etnasa V'chefso Kol Azay Melech Shemo Nikra Adon Olam V'oechad V'ein Sheni L'am Shelo L'achbira Adon Olam Beli Reshit Beli Tachlit V'lo V'misra Adon Olam Asher Malach B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra Li'etnasa V'chefso Kol Azay Melech Shemo Nikra Adon Olam V'ueli v'chai goali v'tzorchav li b'yetzara adon olam v'onisi umanosli minat kosi b'yam mikra adon olam Asher malach b'terem kol yitzir nivra li etnasa v'chefso kol Azai melech shemo nikra adon olam biyado afki ruchi B'yetishan v'yair adon olam v'maruchi giviyati adon ali v'lo ira adon olam Hashem malach b'terem kol yitzir nivra li'ed nasa v'chefso kol no azay melech shemo nikra adon olam Shabbat shalom. Where are those hearts? Oh, Charles is mad at me. He's not going to give me a heart this today. Anyway, Shabbat Shalom. Thank you for joining me. We'll see you, a lot of you, tonight for Slichot. Let's see if this thing works. Thank you, Charles. I feel like I'm on the mend. This service has helped me a lot. It gets my energy up. I know I did my job. Chaya is laying on the floor, has slept through the entire service since 9:30. My job is done. Probably all of you are snuggled up on the floor too, sleeping. Shabbat Shalom.